The Book of Mormon stands apart for its rich use of Hebraic literary structures, patterns deeply rooted in ancient Semitic tradition. These include chiasmus, parallelism, and repetition, among others. With variation, forms that depend on rhythm, flow, and symmetry to communicate sacred truths. In Joseph Smith's day, such techniques were virtually unknown in the English-speaking world due to a lack of linguistic scholarship and trained evaluators. The translation took place in 1829, primarily in a two-story log cabin on the Peter Whitmer farm in Fayette, New York. Joseph Smith dictated the entire book in approximately 65 to 75 days, working 5 to 6 hours each day through April, May, and part of June, using no notes or reference materials, only divine guidance. His scribes, chiefly Oliver Cowdery and at times David Whitmer, testified that Joseph never asked, "Where did I leave off?" He dictated the text in a steady, uninterrupted stream. The original manuscript contained no punctuation, capitalization, and chapter or verse divisions. It was recorded exactly as spoken, while unknowingly preserving the embedded Hebraic continuous flow needed for ancient literary forms to function effectively unperceived by their untrained eyes. Preparing the manuscript for print fell to John H. Gilbert, the non-Latter-day Saint typesetter at E. B. Grandin's print shop. With input for editing from Joseph and Oliver, Gilbert added punctuation, paragraphing, and basic page formatting. However, the first edition still lacked verse numbers and modern chapter headings, presenting the text in long, uninterrupted sections. Significantly, Joseph Smith had no training in Hebrew or any other ancient language. The complex Hebraic patterns embedded in the Book of Mormon were far beyond the literary culture of 1820s America. The presence of chiasmus went unnoticed until more than 140 years later, when LDS missionary John W. Welch, while serving in Germany in 1967, detected the presence of chiasmus in the Book of Mormon, confirming conventions that no one in Joseph's environment had even heard of until years later in the 1970s. Joseph Smith did not compose the Book of Mormon. He served as its prophetic translator, delivering the words of ancient prophets, and the many inhabitants of the Americas, who recorded their testimonies under divine influence. Their writings reflected a literary heritage inherited from ancient Israel and centered on Jehovah, the same Savior worshipped in the Old World. Though the original manuscript lacked the formatting and polish of modern publications, its spiritual depth and literary sophistication remain undeniable. The 1830 edition featured long chapters, small type, dense paragraphs, and minimal punctuation. What Joseph delivered was, in essence, a block of inspired writing filled with the power of God. And even in that early, unrefined form, the Book of Mormon resonated with divine authority, an influence that continues to grow clearer with time.